I've been particularly inspired by a quote from the Wall Street Journal. Most of us miss out on life's big prizes, the Pulitzer, the Nobel, Oscars, Tonys, Emmys, but we're all eligible for life's small pleasures. What are some of your simple pleasures? For me, it's laughing at my clumsy self, making a fun mirror from a pan's lid, having a clean kitchen with tools ready for our use, and using things that we have to make a warm, comfortable home. With the holiday season, there comes so many unexpected events that throw curves at us. It's usually more work, more money, and stress. But if we stop and enjoy the journey and just take some time to breathe and look around, there's beauty to be found. The small pleasures is what life is really about. This weekend was particularly busy with my husband doing volunteer work and my son's activities. We had just enough time to eat quick meals at home and jet off to the next event. When I finally got some time at home, it was just enough to do a quick cleanup of the mess and begin relaxing by hanging up our holiday decor. I smiled at this dirty pan because my son made eggs for breakfast in it. I'm teaching him how to cook, and it's definitely a learning curve, but he's getting the hang of it. And the table shows all the chips that my son and husband bought. They sure do love their tortilla chips. Before I do the dishes, I like to clear the table first by putting the food away and wiping it down with some of my DIY cleaner. It's just rubbing alcohol, water, and essential oils. Having a clean, clear kitchen table is the easiest win for me and motivates me to move on to the next item, that egg-crusted pan. This is something that baking soda and elbow grease can surely take care of. My son is so interested in food and cooking, and I really want to encourage him by giving him all the tools that he needs. It's definitely work for sure, but he'll be ready to make his own meals and take care of things when the time comes. At least I hope. And for the dishes, do any of you make it a challenge to use the least amount of water possible? I find little challenges like this keeps me engaged and the time passes by more quickly. Combine that with watching one of my YouTube friends like Ellen at Ellen's Abundant Life on Less, and I hardly feel like I'm working. I really enjoy watching Ellen's videos. She's a lovely friend and has great content on her channel. It's very relaxing to catch up with Ellen. She often makes vegan recipes. She recently revamped her couch and cut her hair. She even documented her 31-day no-spend, low-spend challenge. I'll link her channel up in the eye above as well as the description box below. My son said that I should make a video on hand washing dishes so that he can reference it when he needs it. He's really impressed that I can use so little water to wash them and they come out clean. Granted, we don't eat foods that are particularly oily or saucy, so maybe that's cheating. But the water that was used can be used to flush out the garbage disposal to prevent smells. A quick wash down of the sink and we're good here. The next area I tackle is taking out the recycle. Usually my son does this, but I'm doing it today because he's away and busy this afternoon. We all like to leave little surprises like this for each other. It's really nice to know that someone's got your back when you're not able to do a task. This little contraption my son and I jerry-rigged to film a video for his language arts class. This was especially fun for us to try to figure out. Just some basic rubber bands from vegetables, painter's tape, string, and a clear Dollar Tree frame did the trick to hold the phone to get some really neat angles. I was sad to take this down, but the rubber bands were breaking and it kept getting in the way of the hand towel. We have great memories captured of this experience in that 2-minute video, which took over 4 hours of planning and filming, and at least twice that in editing and voiceover hours. He definitely earned his A and got to eat oatmeal cookies that week. Extra wins. Okay, I'm gonna call this kitchen done. It's not perfect, but table is clear, dishes are done, pan is clean, recycle is gone, and oven is back to normal. And now it's time to decorate. We don't decorate much at all. Christmas is really the most that we do, and most of our decor fits nicely in this one box. Every year I go through this and cull it down. In my last video, you saw me going through them all and donating a handful of items that we haven't used in years. These can be sold very easily by thrift stores, and the money can go to helping their cause. Most of our decor consists of my son's crafts or purchases from after Christmas sales. This wreath was from the Dollar Tree that I bought many years ago. I don't know why, but I almost always drop this thing. Despite my clumsiness, I think it's still okay. It just needs a little fluffing. I don't think it really matters since this thing is so high up, it still looks nice. At least it adds those holiday colors. This penguin my son and I found at a thrift store. We couldn't pass him up because he has one arm and he's still lit up. So we brought him home. It's been so long that he doesn't light up anymore. We tried to fix it and just kind of made everything worse in there. Maybe at some point we'll figure out a way to make him light up again. But in the meantime, he stands proudly next to our Bluetooth speaker. These other wreaths my son made as school projects. This white one he made out of an old coat hanger and some plastic bags. The smaller one he made out of a paper plate and construction paper. The evergreen part is made out of cutouts from his hand, so this piece is very special to us. Speaking of my son, right about now he texted that he'll be bringing over his entire team to celebrate doing well on a competition. 6 teenagers with 10 minutes of lead time. It was a lot of extra work for my husband and me, but it worked out. And the kids helped to set up. They had a really great time bonding, hanging out, and then left with full bellies and hopefully good, happy memories. At least it sounded like they had fun. It's not how I planned to spend that evening, but I'm so glad that he feels comfortable in his home. It's something I never got to do growing up. Something as simple as bringing a friend over just wasn't allowed. It's the next day now, and I'm using this velvet ribbon that I bought for 90% off. It ended up costing me $1. I like using this ribbon in so many ways. I use it to wrap our wall to make a candy cane stripe, and I think it has a really big visual impact, but doesn't require a lot of work and maintenance. I just put it up with some tape and blue tack sticky putty. Cool stuff, Daiso. And I don't have to dust it or clean it. I just have to roll it up at the end of the season and it's done. I also use that same ribbon to decorate the top of our blinds. That overhang piece. Do any of you know what that's called? Whatever it is, that thing has some lips in there that holds onto the ribbon very well. I just used some tape to make sure that it stayed up where I put it. The ribbon isn't tall enough to fill the space, so I put 2 rows of ribbon and made sure to overlap the ribbon so that the bottom faces up. This makes the seam less visible. And I like to keep this particular decoration up through the Chinese New Year. It makes it feel festive for months, and I like having it be dual purpose. The ribbon also makes a nice bow for the Dollar Tree wreath. And finally, I set out our larger items. This tree, which I call our Charlie Brown tree, it's small but mighty. And given the proper angle, it does look quite big, but it's pretty much a 2-foot artificial Christmas tree. A bow and tinsel tree that I got at the same time that I bought the ribbon. And I don't remember exactly what I paid for these, but these were 90% off as well. A quick dusting and these are ready to stand. This nutcracker dude. Yes, that is what we call him. This nutcracker dude my son made at school a few years ago when he was in 5th grade. He's a fun addition to our decor, and it's really impressive that he made this. They used some clay pots, glue, paint, electrical tape, Sharpie pens, embellishments, and glued them together. It was a project that the teacher said that we would cherish for years to come, and she is absolutely right. We love this nutcracker dude. And lastly, we have some fake poinsettia that I cobbled together in a glass jar, wrapped in some scraps and a nice paper snowflake that my son made. This may not be traditional holiday decor, and some of it may even look junky, but the quantity and size suits us, and everything makes us smile. Everything has some story, and it's very meaningful for us. Other ways we like to fill the home for the holidays without actual decor is with smells from making cookies and quick breads. And I like to bring in the sunshine when I can, or light a candle. Playing holiday music or watching a movie are more non-decor ways to be festive. To finish that quote, don't fret about copying life's grand rewards. Enjoy its tiny delights. There are plenty for all of us. I know I'll probably never win those big awards like the Nobel or the Pulitzer, but I can definitely bask in these everyday wins and make the most of what we have. So I hope you enjoy this journey and all its tiny delights, as well as the grand destinations. And remember, everything gets messy again. It's a cycle that will continue, and it's a good thing. Do you decorate for the holidays? What are some of your simple pleasures and everyday joys? Thanks for watching, and I wish you happy cleaning and decorating. Hi, it's Wendy, also known as the Frugal Minimalist or Frugal Minimalist in training. Thank you so much for watching my video. I wouldn't be here without supportive viewers such as yourself. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. This is at no cost to you and will alert you when I have a new video, so we can keep in touch. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.